Hello, and welcome to this video in which we will show you the Silver Essence portal layout, how to style and customize your portal. The Silver Essence portal is divided into several sections, with on top, with number 1, the main navigation menu that gives access to all the functionality in the Silver Essence portal. On the left-hand side, with number 2, there's an index menu that gives access to the most often used entities in that portal. In column number 3, we have all the functionality gathered that has to do with, in this case, a calculation. And the information, the main part of the screen is reserved for that, with the most important information on top and related information right underneath that. Which related information, that can be navigated through the menu on the right side of the screen. So that is the basic layout of the Silver Essence portal here. It's a responsive portal, which means that if your screen is not big enough to show all the sections, these sections will be hidden by default. But if you need the functionality or information, you can always activate those sections manually. And of course, you can do it the other way around. If there is enough space to show all sections, you can still hide the functionality and the index menu to focus on the information. The information, we show the main information, in this case the calculation for a project. We show the main information here on top, which is actually a list of all the information that is available. And through a slider here on top, the user can show or hide the information depending on what he wants to see. Basically, we always start with the most relevant information. And which information is relevant, that is configured by the configurator who does this portal. So let's show an example. What if we find these two fields, start and end date, less relevant? So we want to hide them underneath that slider. By using the Alt-E key combination, the configurator can start the editor even while people are working in the portal. And here the configurator can choose the positioning and visibility tool, and here he can move start and end date to the right underneath the slider which shows key, main and most information. Now let's save and apply these changes and go back to the portal, and as you can see, now those two fields are hidden here. But of course the information is still available using the slider. We just said it was less relevant. Now let's move to the right in this menu. Currently shown are the deliverables for this calculation. But we could also browse through the activities or the invoicing terms for this calculation. So the user can browse through the selected information here on the right. And on the left hand side of all the information is the functionality here, grouped together in 3 sections. The top section, Share and Collaborate, which holds all the email, print and export functionality. Of course, the functionality is related to, in this case, that calculation that we are looking at. In the second section, underneath that, we will find all the functionality that changes the main information. So for example, here we can approve a write-off for this calculation, or we could block a customer or approve a sales order. On the bottom, we will find the option to create related data. So here we follow the same flow. On top, you will find the main information and the functionality to change the main information. Underneath that is the related information and the option to create the related information. Now, if we have a look at this entry screen, here I have put on some numbers, and this shows you which elements of the user interface can be translated. Basically, all text can be translated. So that is, the text on the buttons can be translated. All these field labels can be translated. The system labels here can be translated, and even your help text or entry helpers here in input fields, this can also be translated. So it's a fully multilingual web application if necessary. So that's for the translation. Now let's go back to the portal. The portal, the basic layout is fixed as shown in the previous sections. Here, the styling of the portal can be done using standard cascading style sheets, which is a basic language which is in use common with web application and web development. Icons we have here in our user interface are not fully optional selectable, but we have color sets for this. We have done that so the user interface will look consistent throughout every part of the application. So styling is fully flexible here, and you can select the icon sets. The start page itself can be created using basic HTML, or you can have active pages using ASP.NET. And using these custom start pages, you can style completely the way you want it. You can also change the logo in the portal, so it's completely white labeled without any reference to Silver Essence or Silver Solutions. If you do the start page using ASP.NET, you can also use our widget collection, and we have widgets for lists or widgets for counters, so you can show real-time data here on the start page. So that's fully customizable. You can also do pages outside of the Silver Essence user interface using a read-write XML HTTP web service. Of course, fully secured with username and password. And you can use that, for example, to publish data from your Silver Essence portal on your public website, which is done here in this example where training courses are presented on a public website with the possibility to do the registration for one of these training events. So that's possible with the read-write XML HTTP web service. You can also use standard C# ASP.NET, and we have opened up our user control toolkit here. So your programmers with basic standard C# knowledge can do exactly the same as our developers can using the same toolkit here. And of course, they can make use of the widget collection that we provide for those start pages. So there you have it, the overview of the Silver Essence user interface. You can style it from the configuration or standard cascading style sheets and go beyond that using HTML or ASP.NET pages here to make it perfectly your own portal. Thanks for watching, and for more information check our website.